Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A for you guys because it has been a long time since my last one, and I thought what better way to end off the last month of the year than with a Q&A. So I reached out to you guys on Snapchat, on Instagram, and a lot of you guys have been asking me some questions on YouTube that I didn't have a chance to get to. So I thought I'd bring all of these questions together and answer them right here. So I've got my phone ready to go, and we're going to start off with Snapchat.
Because my ends split really fast. Love you.
Oh, I'm really sorry if you guys didn't hear what she said in the beginning. My volume was turned down, but I did turn it up. So the question was, do I have any tips to help keep your hair healthy for as long as possible? And yes, boy, do I have a ton of them. So I will try to narrow it down and mention the most important ones. So number one, try not to wash your hair too often. If your hair is more on the dry side like mine, I would recommend washing your hair every 5 to 7 days. If your hair is more on the oily side, try to wean yourself off washing your hair every day and try to go every other day or every other day. The reason why is because shampoos and conditioners strip your hair of its natural oils, and it could alter the pH balance of your scalp. Another tip that I wanted to recommend is to use shampoos and conditioners that are free of sulfates, parabens, alcohol, and any other harsh chemicals that are known to damage your scalp and your hair, because again, it can ruin the pH balance of your scalp, and it can cause overproduction of oil or underproduction of oil, and also lead to things such as a flaky, dry scalp. The third tip I wanted to give you is to cut your split ends as often as possible. Now, I do this on myself about every 2 to 4 weeks, so I've shown this technique on my channel so many times. Basically, what I do is I take a section of hair and I weave it through my fingers like this, and I flip up the ends like this so I can see which ones need to be cut. That one definitely needs to be cut, and which ones I need to leave alone. So I just go in with a pair of barber scissors and I snip off those dead ends, and that's what I do on a regular basis to keep my hair looking healthy. And the fourth most important tip for maintaining healthy hair is to try not to apply heat to your hair. I try to heat style my hair only once a week, and when possible, I try to go as long as possible without heat styling my hair. At one point, I went 4 months without heat styling my hair at all, and it made such a big difference in the overall health and texture and growth of my hair. It was absolutely life-changing. So this is a video question, and there's text on it. It says, is it good to wash your hair every day? So as I mentioned in my previous answer, I would try to stay away from washing your hair every day because it strips your hair of its natural oils. If your hair is more on the oily side and it's really hard for you not to wash your hair every single day, I would try weaning yourself off of it and try doing something like an apple cider vinegar rinse. Apple cider vinegar is known to restore the pH balance of your scalp. So if you are more on the oily side, it's going to kind of train your scalp to not produce so much oil so that you can go longer in between washes. Another thing you can do is, if your scalp does overproduce too much oil, is you can use a natural powder or starch to kind of suck up those natural oils and get you through another day without washing your hair. Some of my favorite powders to use for that are cocoa powder. If your roots are darker like mine, you can also use baby powder. Just make sure that it's talc free, and cornstarch is also another really good one. So all you want to do is put some of the powder in the palm of your hand, get it in throughout your fingers, and then massage it through your scalp. It's going to soak up the oil so your hair doesn't look as greasy, and then you can go another day without washing it.
Do you still talk to your 2 friends you were talking about in your latest video before you moved to the other high school?
Aww. Oh, kisses from the Netherlands. Kisses back to you from Toronto. Thank you so much for your question. So if you guys don't know, I do have another channel, and recently I posted a video. The title of the video was "The Biggest Risk in Life is Not Taking One." And basically what that video is about my life story. And in that video, I talk about my 2 friends that I grew up with in elementary school and high school. And this beautiful girl asked me if I'm still in touch with them. To make a long story short, the answer would be yes. We remained very, very close for several years after high school. Both of them were actually my maid of honors at my wedding. Over the last year and a half or so, we did kind of have a little bit of a fallout with one of the girls, but I'm still very, very close with the other one, and we keep in touch on a very regular basis. We see each other as often as we could, but unfortunately with the other one, our lives just took very, very different turns. We are not enemies whatsoever. I still really, really care about her and I wish her the best. We're just in very, very different places in our lives right now. So I'm not really close with one of them, but I'm still very, very close with the other one.
Hey Nikki, if you could star in any film, what film would you star in and what character would you play? Love you so much. Bye.
So the question was, if I could star in any film, what film would it be and what character would I be? I guess I would want to be in a film that had a very strong inspirational message behind it. And in terms of the character that I would want to play, I would probably want to play any character that goes through a lot of change in terms of experience and learning and just evolution. I really love seeing characters that have evolved.
Hello Nikki, so first and foremost, the most important thing is I love you and I'm sorry for my weird face. I know I'm so ugly and you're so beautiful. Wow. Question number 1, how do you keep your scalp dandruff free? Question number 2, my hair is super thin so they slip out of my hands whenever I try to do any hairstyle. Can you please tell me how to work on that? Question number 3, and also when I do my hairstyles, my hair split and my middle parting gets so obvious. I don't know why.
I'm so sorry, Sania. I didn't catch your first question, but the second question, if I remember correctly, you said that your hair is very thin and you have a problem working with it and keeping it in certain hairstyles. So I do have a product to recommend to you that I use when I need a little bit more grit to my hair, when I'm braiding it or whatever, and I need it to stay in its place. So this is a product that I wanted to recommend. It's by Nubian Heritage. It's called Indian Hemp and Tamano. It's a grow and strengthen edge taming taffy. I got this off of iHERB. I do have a discount code for iHERB. I'm going to check if it's still available there. If not, I will try to see if it's available elsewhere. But basically what it is just a taming taffy, and you can use it to slick down baby hairs. You just take a little bit of it like this, run it through your fingers and just put it through your hair. And it kind of acts like a gel, but it's not sticky at all. If anything, it has amazing hair care benefits in it. It makes your hair stronger. It promotes hair growth. I love this product to bits and I would highly recommend checking it out. The third question you asked me, I'm pretty sure, is that when you brush your hair is parted in a certain way and your part ends up being so wide that it is obvious that your hair is thin. So what I would like to recommend for that is a product. I forget what they're called, but they're basically like hair fibers. They come in little shaker bottles. What you want to do is pick a bottle that is similar in color to your natural hair. So for example, if your hair is black, you would go with the black hair fibers. And what you want to do is take some of those hair fibers and sprinkle them onto your scalp, and it's going to create the illusion of fullness and thickness at the scalp. I have a friend that has the same problem as you do, and she swears by this. So I'm going to ask her exactly what product she uses for that, and I'm going to link it down in the description box below for you. All right, so I have a ton of questions on my Instagram, so I'm going to go through some of them and try to answer as many as I possibly can. So I think this is a really interesting question. The question is from Kate_of_2004. If you could have anything in the world, what would it be and why? If I could have anything in the world, I would want to have perfect health, not only for myself, but for my family as well. As I get older, I start to realize more than anything that without your health, you really don't have anything at all. So if I could have one thing in the world, that would be it. I just want to be healthy all the time. I want my family to be healthy all the time. I want all my loved ones to be healthy all the time. That to me would mean everything. So the next question is from Meghar364, and her question is, what do you do to stay healthy when you travel, and what is your favorite thing about traveling? So my husband and I in general try to eat healthy all the time. So when we travel, it's not really much different. Yeah, we will indulge a little bit here and there in some delicious desserts or whatever, but for the most part, we try to eat healthy all the time. We also try to be very active when we're traveling. So that means walking, hiking, doing different water sports, biking. It really depends on where we are. And my favorite thing about traveling, I would have to say, is the adventures. My husband and I try not to plan our trips too much, because when we get to our destination, we kind of just like to learn about the place that we're in and then figure out what would be the best way of exploring. So for example, when we went to Santorini, which is an island in Greece, we figured that the best way to see and experience the island would be both by road and also by sea, because the roads there are very unique. They're very dangerous. They're all very narrow, but they all go along the coast of the island. So you get to see these beautiful, stunning views. So we decided to rent an ATV for 2 days while we were there, and we explored the entire island on the ATV. And on one of the days, we also took a catamaran tour around the entire island so we can explore the island by sea. And I'm telling you, the views that we got from the island and the views that we got from the sea were totally different. So you kind of just have to scout out and get a feel for the place that you're visiting first, and then we like to make our decisions about how we're going to explore that place afterwards. By the way, if you guys are interested in traveling, I do have some travel vlogs up on my other channel. So if you want to click the video in the top right corner over here, it'll take you on over to that channel, and you can check out my vlogs that I did on Greece, on Italy, on Austria, and I have another one on Amsterdam coming very soon. So the next question is from A_Rosado21. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. I probably did. What do you do when you're lacking inspiration or motivation? And what is the most important thing in your life that makes you keep going? So personally, when I'm lacking inspiration or motivation, that usually happens when I'm feeling very stressed out and overwhelmed, when I feel like I'm tackling too many things at once and I'm not able to be creative. So when that happens, I know that it's time for me to step aside, put those things on hold, and I just take a day, or sometimes it's half a day if I can't take a whole day, to myself to do whatever I need to do just to clear my mind and get those creative juices flowing again. So one of my favorite things to do is just to go for a walk. I usually take myself out for lunch by myself, just enjoy a nice meal to myself. Then after that, I go for a walk just to clear my mind. Sometimes I do something very creative and artistic. For example, if you guys are subscribed to my other channel, you would have seen that I have a new background. It's basically a big flower wall on a canvas that I made. That's a project that I worked on one of these days that I just took to myself, and just to release some stress and just get back my creativity so I can be inspired and motivated to create again. So personally for me, I found that that is really helpful. And there is another part to this question, and the question was, what is the most important thing in your life that makes you keep going? I would have to say you guys. The response and the feedback and the connection that I have with you guys, that is what keeps me going and wanting to do more and to create more and just to keep putting things out there that will inspire you and help you guys. I love it when you guys interact with me and let me know that a video or a hack or some kind of information that I gave you guys has really helped you out with a problem that you were dealing with. That is truly inspiring, and it just keeps me going and wanting to create more and more. The next question is from Lizeth_9494, and the question is, what are some of the things you do to help you stay positive and away from negativity? In general, I'm a very positive person. Obviously, I'm human and I have those days where I'm not feeling myself and I feel a little bit off and I'm just not in the most positive headspace. But in terms of trying to remain as positive as I possibly can, first and foremost, it's a habit of mine. Since I was in about my early 20s, I kind of instilled this behavior in my mind to always think positive, to always look at the bright side about things, to always think, if something bad happens, it could always be worse. You kind of just have to roll with the punches in life. Shit happens to everybody. Everybody has problems. It's just the way that you deal with those problems that will help you overcome them. I try to tackle every problem as it comes, and I don't let it affect me personally. If I let everything in life affect me personally, personally, I promise you, I would not be sitting here talking to this camera. I've been through a lot of crap in my life that I could have easily said, you know what, I feel sorry for myself. I don't want to do anything anymore. I just want to curl up and just feel sorry for myself. And that's not the way to go about things. I don't believe that I am anything different from you guys. I feel that we were all the same. We were all equal. Yes, we all came from different places and had different experiences and had a different upbringing, but it's what you do with the cards that you were dealt with that will show what kind of person that you are. Anyone has the chance to make something of themselves. So I really don't like when people say, oh, I can't do this because I have a problem with this, or I can't do that because I'm not in the same situation as you are. I started from nothing. So I'm a very, very strong believer in just thinking positively all the time, believing in yourself, feeling confident in yourself that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve and whatever you put your mind to. The most valuable thing that you have is in here. It's not this, it's not the clothes that you wear or the things that you own, it's what's inside here. So I'm now on my YouTube account. I'm going to be reading a couple questions that I got here. So the first question is from Brandy Fleming, and the question is, how do you keep your hubby from seeing you without makeup? That would be the best hack. And Brandy, if I'm gonna be straight up and honest with you, I don't think we need to make a hack for that, because my husband thinks that I am beautiful no matter what, with or without makeup. And 99% of the time I am without makeup. I only put makeup on when I'm filming, and I only put makeup on if I'm going out to an event. Other than that, I go makeup free. My biggest tip to you is to learn to be confident in your own skin and be with someone who appreciates that about you and who thinks that you're beautiful no matter what, because I guarantee you, you are beautiful no matter what, and you don't need makeup to feel beautiful about yourself. The next question is really random. Do you prefer spicy or sour food? I am 100% a spicy girl. Oh, if I could eat spicy food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner without destroying the lining of my stomach, I probably would. I love this question. The question is, what is your biggest achievement or accomplishment in life so far? So this is funny because I did kind of touch upon this in the video that I did on my other channel. If you guys are interested in that, again, you can just check out that channel after this video. Most people would look at me and look at my success and say, easy. Your biggest achievement would probably be turning Fancy Hair into the company that is today. That is not my biggest achievement. In my opinion, my biggest achievement is learning from my struggles and my experiences and becoming the woman that I am today. I feel like I have changed so much in these last few years alone. And I feel like the reason why I changed so much was because I was aware of my faults and imperfections, and I worked really, really hard to improve on those things. Don't get me wrong, I am far from perfect. I still have a long ways to go, but the fact that I was aware about it and I wanted to make a change, that to me was my biggest achievement. The next question is from Kalenel Faro. I'm so sorry, I can't read. Do you want to be a mother someday? I think you'd make a great one. Thank you so much for that. That honestly means so much that you think that of me. It's actually a really funny story because when I was younger, I was always going back and forth whether or not I thought that I would want to be a mother one day. And just a few years ago, I was thinking, you know what? I'm so content in my life and my life that I have with my husband that I would be okay with not having kids. I would be okay just spending the rest of my life with my husband and exploring the world and just having that freedom to do whatever we want to do. But recently, I have really been thinking about starting a family and having kids and thinking about, you know, when would be the good time to do that. So it is something that I have been thinking about, and I think that it's something that I truly, truly want one day. I guess you guys will just have to wait and see. I feel like bringing a child into this world is such a huge responsibility. Not that I don't want that responsibility, but right now I have so many things going on in my life that I want to make sure I'm in a place in my life where I can give my all to my child, because I don't want to just have a child and give him off to someone else to take care of while I'm busy juggling my day-to-day things. No, I want to be a very hands-on mother. I want to be with my child as much as I possibly can, see them grow, see them change. We'll see. really. I have no idea what the future will hold, but I think it's something that I really do want one day. Okay guys, so I'm gonna leave it off on that note. Thank you so much for all of your questions. This was so much fun, and I hope it's fun for you guys. I love that we have this little community growing and that we're able to interact with one another. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this one. In the meantime, you can also follow me on Instagram. My personal account is Nikki Sky with 3 Ys, and you can also follow the Fancy Hair Instagram account for daily hair inspiration. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in my next one. Can we just talk about my new background? Oh my god. And now I'm going to take a section of hair from the top of the ponytail, and I'm going to braid this section in